Hi, and welcome to this week's Type 1 Thursday. So excited that you're here with me this week as well. And I am so excited because there is another question from the audience today that I will be answering. If you have any questions that you think that I should be answering on these live chats that we have every Thursday, 6 p.m. on Instagram and Facebook, please do let me know in a comment somewhere on the interwebs, and I'll be happy to answer them. To today's question, it read like this. Hello. I noticed that you don't drink any protein drinks or shakes. Is that because you think that they are unhealthy? Well, protein is a very individual threshold, especially on low carb, but also generally. But maybe on low carb, you give a little bit more of a damn about the protein amount, especially if you have read Dr. Richard Bernstein's book and checked out his Diabetes University. But protein needs are very individual, and it can range from anything for very sedentary people, something like 0.8 grams of protein, which doesn't mean 0.8 grams of meat, but 0.8 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight, to something more normal. If you are a little bit more active, maybe something 1.2 grams per kilogram, or maybe 1.3, 1.5, but it can also go as high as something like 2.4 grams per kilogram, up to 5 grams per kilogram if you are a super active athlete. So if your main fuel is protein and amino acids, then it is very individual how much you should be eating. So this is why I personally don't need to drink any protein shakes. I am not a very active athlete. I try to keep, active, but not that active. And I'm also not a growing child, so I don't need as much. I can cover my protein needs with real food, and I will get to that in point number 2 today. But you have to determine for yourself how much protein you need in your individual case. And if we consider, this is point number 2, so this is how we get to how I don't need protein drinks. And that is because all meat generally contains about 20 grams of protein per 100 grams of meat. So not all meat is protein, and not all protein is meat. Okay, anyway, you get what I'm saying. Not only a fifth of the meat is actual protein and amino acids. So basically, if I eat 400 grams of meat a day, which is possible, it's not like in one sitting and I have 400 grams steak and then eat it all on. No, if I basically have 2 sittings of so lunch and dinner, which is quite normal for me. I don't really have breakfast, so I don't have to pay attention there. But if I have 2 sittings and I have 200 grams of meat or protein-filled things per sitting, that gives me a protein of 80 grams of protein for a day. And that would mean that is 1.3 grams per kilo of body weight that I have. Then you can count how much I actually weigh. Anyway, and so I just prefer to get my protein from real foods because I don't have that extra need for protein shakes that you may have, as I said, if you're a growing child or a very active athlete. Number 3, this short answer to your question is I don't think that protein shakes or drinks are unhealthy per se. I just think that there needs to be a need for it. And in my case, I don't have that need. But maybe in your case, because you are asking, there is a need for it. And then you have to determine if that's true or not for you. If you do need a protein drink or a shake, I would recommend something that is clean, without any sugars, without any added stuff. Fine flavors is one thing, but you can also flavor it with other things like natural cacao powder or something. You don't have to buy the ready mixed flavored stuff, but something that is clean, without sweeteners, without dextrose, please, because that is, of course, that will mess with your blood sugar and always till Sunday. And then I would go for maybe an egg white protein or a whey protein. So no, protein shakes and drinks are not inherently unhealthy, but there needs to be a use for them and a need for them. Thank you so much for your question. I would love to hear from you. What are your experiences with protein and with protein shakes? Do you drink them, or do you get the protein that you need from real food? Let me know in a comment below, and I'll be happy to chat with you there. Until next time,